we've both been camp counselors.
Yes.
Are s'mores a part of your camp experience?
Yes, they are. Are they part of yours?
Yes, totally. But that's over like a big fire when I do it at camp.
Yeah.
I
How
think
funny would it be if it wasn't a real flame and they just had us do this just to like
pretend. A little bit about like my experience.
Yeah.
So I had eczema my whole life. I don't think until I was about 21, it raised to the level where it was at that really severe place, where it was so intense that I was very disabled. You know, I wasn't able to work normally. I wasn't able to sleep. I wasn't able to walk, all of the things, right? One of the like things that's happened to me in terms of my relationships with other people is me just having such a desire to be like seen and understood for what I've actually experienced.
I felt that so many times because like you feel crazy.
Yes.
You feel crazy that you are stuck, and the thing that's keeping you stuck is the thing that other people can ignore.
Yeah.
And you don't understand the difference.
Yeah.
And you don't understand the implication that has on your health and your mental health. I had like quite crippling anxiety, specifically medical anxiety, for like as long as I can remember. Like, I don't think my parents or even my doctor like knew to ask for help with that.
Yeah.
And didn't know that like it was not normal to be afraid of everything, always, all the time.
When you're talking about this, I'm like, oh, it's hypervigilance that you're describing.
You're like, ding.
And part of what I want to do in my work as a therapist is to empower people who have eczema, especially severe eczema, to be able to identify what they've experienced as traumatic and identify PTSD as something that can happen after eczema. And one way to think about PTSD symptoms is they are your body trying to protect you from a threat that's no longer present. And it's a little tricky when you're chronically ill and when you have eczema because, like you spoke about earlier, there's kind of a looming threat all the time, right? But still, in this specific moment right now,
I'm not in crisis.
I'm not in crisis, right? But my body is reacting to the world as if I was. So that's the first thing I like to do, is just empower people with language and education to understand what's happening to you makes sense. It's not because you're crazy, it's because this is literally how your body and brain are designed to keep you safe in the world. And I know that for me, starting to understand that I had PTSD because of eczema completely changed how I approached my own self-care, my own eczema routine, everything like that. And so I'm curious, like, as I say that, does that fit for your experience?
I think so. I think it took a long time to like be willing to accept that because I think it felt for a long time that it's just eczema, which like everyone says. And I think having language to describe your experience is really powerful. Like understanding this is the reason that this is my response and it's not just me.
I think you're right to be like right in the middle.
Yeah, I can share.
Thank you. Yeah, because you're sort of hogging it. I wasn't going to say anything, but